Hey guys, Robin.
Hi, Jack. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. First off, thank you, Hannah, for giving us a comment. You get the first buff giveaway that we're doing. So what you can do is shoot us an email. We will put our email address on the website after this show. On the YouTube account after the show.
Yeah.
So just send us an email with your address and we'll shoot the buff off to you later this week. So thanks for commenting and everyone who's subscribed so far. Great.
Yeah, it's been terrific. Thank you for everybody who subscribed. And Hannah, you were right. Asaga did go to trouble and Sam did go home.
Hey.
Yeah, good call. Okay,
Let's get on with it.
Let's get on to the show.
Well, week 3.
So we go to the post-tribal vote where Tarra blows a fuse.
Yes. Yes.
Right, and basically has to go at Pete.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that was a good way of handling Pete.
No, it wasn't a good way of handling Pete. And it's funny. It's like it's also not a good way of handling Survivor.
Oh no, that's right.
It's like just because you had everything and
Yes.
now all of a sudden you don't have everything. That's the game.
That is the game.
It ebbs and flows.
Exactly.
And you've got to roll with that.
So she really she's pointing the finger at Pete straight after. She's drawing a line in the sand for Pete.
Yeah.
If she should have been like, look, I understand you've made a play, but look, it really is better over here. If she had gone that route, maybe there was still hope. But as it is, she's just gone, you're over there, you're staying over there, I never want to see you again.
Yeah, it's like, let's not be petty about this. We
Yes.
talk about this, I think we talked about this in Game Changers as well, didn't we?
Look, I think we talk about it nearly every
time we talk
episode
about it.
of
You've
every
got to
show.
let it go. You've got to let it go.
You've got to get the personality out of it. You've got to get the personal out of it. You've got to sit there and go, okay, I'm on the bottom now. What do I need to do to make it better?
I'm not sure, because obviously I said sometimes my memory is shit house. What we always get is, he did the best thing for him.
Yeah.
Of course he did. He's
Yes.
not going to do the
It's
best
show.
thing for you, Tarra.
That's right.
You're doing the best thing for you. And if someone else does the best thing for you, why are they playing? I mean,
Look,
Tarzan's an exception. He did the best thing for Tess.
Exactly. Right.
But of course he's doing the best thing for him.
The chances are, though, on the basis of probability, right? Somebody's going to do the best thing for them because that's the show.
Yeah.
It's very rare to have somebody like Mark H come along and go, oh, I found an idol. Here you go.
Yeah, they're obviously in it for themselves.
Yes.
Yes, that's the beauty of the show. That's why we've been tuning in for 15 years, because it's a team game, but in essence, it's such an individual game.
Yeah.
You know? So of course
That's
he's doing
right.
the thing for himself, and that's why you might not always be on top.
Yeah. And it's a conflict, isn't it? It's a conflict between trying to support the group you're with, but also play the individual game. And it's that conflict, that balance.
And
it's interesting.
You know, Tess never had a little bit of a cry when she was being on the bottom for the past. She fought, and she wasn't happy, but she didn't say, I'm on the bottom, this isn't fair.
Tess tried everything she could to try and stay in that tribe, right? Look, as far as it goes, you can maybe debate about what she could have done or that, but she tried as much as she knew how to do to stay there. Tarra, on the other hand, just flipped out and go, I'm on the bottom now, everybody else can go away.
Yeah. Look, and funnily enough, I don't think it's actually going to hurt her too much.
I don't think so. But
and it may have hurt her if someone didn't want to throw a challenge.
The problem here is, I think, for Lockie.
Yeah, see that Lockie's
and Annalise, right? They're looking at one of their team members, or one of their alliance members, who's basically sort of rolled over and said, "Oh, I'm done." Right?
Yeah.
This is not good for them.
I don't think it's actually going to make too much of an impact.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it is, but I feel like we're going to have a mix up soon. Maybe
Yes,
we might have a mix up soon.
We've got to have a change up
something soon, and it's a good time for Tarra to have a bit of a brain fade, because right now they have a bit of momentum now from 2 back-to-back wins.
But what I mean is, in the episode we saw Lockie comforting Tarra, which is fine. Right, that's fine. But what I mean is, if you have a team member go down like that, Lockie and Annalise should be devoting all their resources to trying to get somebody on their side or something. They're taking time and resources away from that effort. And that's what I mean by it's bad. It's a distraction they don't need.
Yeah.
Tara's really got to pull herself in. Well, we see later that she does pull herself together, thank goodness. As a barrel rider, I can't imagine that she hasn't had some hard knocks.
Surely.
Tara and Lockie at the new reward challenge.
Yeah, for the
and
barbecue.
And Tara's like, everything's fine and everything's good, right? Whereas she's missed the beat, and this is perhaps something many Survivor players do, but if your alliance is just being toppled, why stay with that united front idea? oh, our tribe's united, you know. What Tarra could have done was poison the well against AK with the other tribe. She could have sit there and gone, oh yeah, look out, the Topper Lions got toppled last night by this master game player, AK. Now what she's really doing there is saying to the other tribe,
watch out for AK.
Watch out for AK. So when the merge does come, if Tarra does make the merge, AK's already got a bit of a poison about him. You know, it's like, oh, he's a master player. He's a strategist. So the other tribe instantly will distrust him.
Depends how Tarra went about it, because if Tarra went about it, it's like, we got outdone by the and like, but if she was like,
you boost him, you don't cut him down, you boost him, you say, oh, he's a really good player, and we really got outdone by him.
And Tarra would have come out with venom. And it wouldn't have worked because she wouldn't have done it right. If you do it actually like, geez, we got outdone and blindsided something chronic by AK.
Brilliant.
It was a brilliant play.
It was a brilliant play. What a brilliant player. The other team's going to be going, okay, come merge.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened in that episode was Henry's
round 2.
Well, no.
Challenge.
Before that, Henry decides to go down on the beach and take a yoga class with him.
Yeah, okay, the yoga class. Now, here's the thing, and this is something, and we have talked about this a bit, about his decision to be a yoga player, and he does sum up why he did it, but there's still no hard evidence as to why. The advertising pushed this whole thing about his yoga-like comes undone. Did it?
No.
Everyone just went, right,
well,
you're not a yoga teacher.
Yeah.
And he didn't even, like the thing, he didn't even back it up.
I know.
It's like, are you a yoga teacher? And he goes, I studied online.
Yeah, I studied online.
We're just studying. I'm like a personal trainer. No one's actually a personal trainer. I just say it. You're not a yoga teacher. And I was like, what was the whole point of this lie? Right. There was no point. It didn't serve any strategic benefit, and it didn't do anything post. Like even advertising about it, like pushing that as a topic.
I know.
Push someone trying to throw a challenge as a
that's a big topic.
Like that's what you can push. Yeah. Him sabotaging his own tribe for his own benefit.
That is awesome. Push that.
Push that. Don't push this yoga topic that the ads were pushing all week about, does his yoga like come undone? Well, yeah, it kind of did, but it's like, you know when you get a party popper?
Yeah.
And it's like some of them you're like boom, and the thing's like
and some's like
and like the ribbons stay in there. That was what it was. Like just this anti-climax. I'm like,
you know, within the first 5 seconds of the footage being shot of them on the beach, you knew straight away he wasn't like, and his cover was blown because all he's doing is stretches.
Yeah.
That you would do for normal physical exercise. Yeah. Like if you've ever been to a gym.
Yeah. There wasn't even a Warrior 1 or Warrior 2 in there. Right? There was nothing.
It's
like he hasn't even taken a yoga class. Like if you're going to back up a yoga class lie, at least do 3 or 4 classes.
Even if you don't do classes, go online. I'm sure there's a video of how to do yoga.
Yoga poses, your yoga sequence. Give yourself some sort of
semblance.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But it was a waste of time. Personally,
it was a distraction.
It was a waste of time in the whole thing. Well, that whole thing that they pushed about Henry hiding this thing, I would have edited that out. I wouldn't have even shown it because it was a waste.
They spent about 5 minutes of the show showing all this. And at the end of it, Sam and Sarah are sitting there, and I forget who the other person was going, I think it was Odette.
Yeah.
Right? And they're just going, he's not
a yoga instructor. And those 3 girls have most likely done yoga.
Yeah, that's right.
Sam and Sarah definitely, Odette most likely.
Yeah. But they're all sitting there going, he's not a yoga instructor. And that was the end of it.
That was it.
It was never like
they confronted
him. He's not a yoga instructor. Oh no, we better vote him out. It was just he's not a yoga instructor.
It's like, are you really a yoga instructor? Well, not really.
Not really.
Oh,
okay.
Cool. Right. On with the show.
Why
bother?
Why bother?
Yeah. That was a bit of a weird thing to push in the edit. Like I was just, and for the whole season so far, it was a silly thing to push. A silly reason for Henry to do that right from the top of the
right from the top.
I don't really understand it.
No.
Like I'd understand it if he was playing a Mark.
Yeah.
And then we had the rivalry, Mark and Henry going at it. Revenge.
Look, I'll say this about Mark. Sam's gone home, and Mark in his one-on-one cameras has actually displayed the correct attitude, right? He's actually said, look, I'm livid about this, but I've got to put it aside. I've got to try and advance my game. But if they ever give me a chance, if there's ever an opening to knife them, I will. He's done the correct thing. He's tried to put the personal aside and tried to play the game. There is that one unfortunate thing here is, if you're one half the couple and one's already gone, it's almost guaranteed that
and
you'll be the next.
And as much as I do enjoy Luke. I do love him. He just, again, he wanted to mix things up. He wanted to take the power, but he couldn't. There's something about him that he just doesn't. He understands what needs to be done, but it's not executed well enough yet. Henry has now tried to throw a challenge. The first time he tried to throw a challenge, second time he throws a challenge, which was a hopeless attempt of throwing a challenge. They're looking at the puzzle, absolutely hopeless, but he got away with it.
That's the key here. It's not that he threw it. He threw it in such an obvious fashion. I thought. Yeah. Did you notice that when Sarah was bringing the pieces, she was looking at him?
Yeah, and she's like, "I'll do it now."
What are you doing?
I'll do it now.
But this
that didn't affect him though, because the other tribe were like, Henry's so good at challenges, so he has a buffer.
Well, no, I don't think it's that. I think it's this. Sorry, I don't know what it is, but Henry, if you lose a challenge that badly, if you're just standing there looking at the puzzle going, I've got no idea, normally you cop some negativity at the back of the camp and people start talking about your name in voting. Mm-hmm. He never copped anything.
Yeah, because he's been doing so well in challenges. You're allowed, I feel like you're allowed a bit of a slip up, and he's like, I was just really tired. I was really tired.
Yeah.
My only problem is never throw a challenge. Just don't do it.
Well, if we skip ahead to the next immunity challenge, they lose again.
They lose again. And
it's why a football team doesn't deliberately throw matches.
You shouldn't be doing that. And yes, you might think right now in this present moment, you got rid of Sam. Great. Next week or the next, you still get rid of Mark. But now, as we've seen at the end of it,
right?
Who are they looking at? They're looking at you two.
Exactly.
You won the Mark and Henry battle, but you've put yourself in the limelight. It never goes well to throw a challenge.
Never.
Just be patient.
Yeah.
Wait your time.
It will come.
You need to get someone out.
It will come.
Just wait.
Right.
It'll come because now you've lost 2 in a row. You've lost a really big, strong competitor, which you didn't need to lose, but you had to because it's now you versus me, and I need to get rid of you.
Yes.
And now you're a target. Now you've just put the target on you.
Well, I would like to say that Mark actually does a great job. And I can see what he's doing. He's like, at the tribal, he spoke really well. Because it's like, I'm going to point out, you two are now the new power couple, right? Mm-hmm. And whether I go home or not, that's my legacy for you.
Yeah, damage has been done.
Damage is done.
And you know what? That would never have happened if you didn't throw a challenge to get someone out. You've gone on this warpath, and it's worked in the short term. But this is a 55-day run. Yeah. And you're only, 14, 15 days in?
Yeah.
This is too early to be throwing any form of challenge. And I would never throw a challenge. I just don't think there's an actual need, because I've never seen someone throw a challenge and it worked out for them. Yeah. I've never seen someone throw a challenge and then pull off the $1 million at the end. Or 500 for us.
Was Sam really that big a threat that you needed to throw a challenge?
I think it was just her paranoia. I could see that, and it's frustrating.
But let's put it this way. He knew, we know now, after episode 7, that he has actually pulled in 3 of the floaters, right? He's got Sarah, Odette, and Ben on his side, right? And that's where Luke's plan fell down, right? There's 3 floaters that he thought were floaters, but they've just basically hooked up with him, right? But that's what I mean, though. If you've got those sorts of names, he's got Jacqui himself, he's got Ben, Odette, and Sarah. Yeah. Does he really need to get rid of Sam?
No, because you've already got the numbers. They'll get rid of Sam. We all see it. We all see there's a power couple, and you and Jacqui can just keep on hiding.
Why? This is the thing, though. This is exactly my point. Yeah. Why not leave Sam there? Keep complaining about the power couple. Keep winning the immunities. Keep complaining about the power couple. Every week, every immunity you win, they just get a higher profile. Yeah. Your profile keeps going lower. Keep them around. They're your shield. Yeah. It's a classic survivor tactic. If there's a big, powerful player in a group, if you're the other big, powerful player, keep him around.
Keep them around.
Because they're the ones wearing the target.
Yeah, as long as they can wear the target for a longer period of time. Like, let's be honest, a power couple is only a power couple if no one can kind of see it.
Exactly.
Yes, you've got an extra vote. But if everyone sees you've got an extra vote, you're gone very quickly. Very, very quickly. So, Mark and Sam, they can take that attention for as long as they want.
Exactly.
Until you lose a tribal council, then flick them off. Because everyone's already on your side. Yep. Just suck it up, wear it, and just keep on winning.
One thing I would like to point out, or go to now is Luke, right? Here's Luke. Now, he's been really obvious. Let's get rid of Jacqui. Yeah. He's told Ben, he's told Odette, he's told
does not care,
Sarah, right? He's like, let's just get rid of Jacqui, right? Yet his name's never, Henry's never gone, Luke's a threat.
I do, like I said, I do enjoy Luke.
I love him.
He's not getting the reward for what he wants to do. Twice now, he wants to mix things up, and he's going for. He's like, I'm the referee. And he's doing that. It's like Mark and Henry. It's you two, and now I'm going to sit back. I'm going to orchestrate a bit puppet masterish, but it's still not working to his advantage.
No, it's not.
You know, he's like an apprentice puppet master. He wants to do all these things, and he wants to keep the game alive. Well, it's just not.
I think Luke's got really good instincts, because one of the things he understood about the Mark once Sam went home was he knew before anybody said anything that Jacqui and Henry are now the new power couple, and he wanted to split them.
Yeah,
that was his plan. Yeah, he was the first one to realise, apart from Mark, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But he knew if these two stay around, this is trouble for us.
And those two could have easily just kept on going under the radar, pulling a couple of strings while Sam and Mark took more
heat. Take the heat.
Just keep taking the heat. And if you're not on the grill, just let the other person burn.
Let him
burn.
You know, Henry's sort of developing into a good player, but he's making those basic mistakes where it's like, okay, I've got a shield here, keep them around. No, he's doing the basic mistake of like, I've got to get rid of them.
Yeah, and now, like it is, don't get me wrong, really good play.
Yeah.
But to throw the challenge for that play has now cost you, and that's the thing. Like, he is playing the game. Like he's thinking, he's strategizing, and he's got the idol, and this is what we get down to in the vote of Monday nights. Yeah. When Jacqui's sitting there going, we've got
did you know she looked at him?
Of course she looked at him.
Because she knew her name.
She knew instantly that, holy crap, we don't have an idol. Yeah. Henry has an idol.
And Mark sits there and goes, well, you should be voting Jacqui. You know, she tried as much as she could to deflect it, right? And also when it came down to the idol thing, it was like, she looked across at Henry and you're right, it dawned on her. It's not our idol.
No.
It's Henry's
idol.
No,
there is never an our idol. There is no such thing.
No.
It's whoever owns the bloody idol. And if Henry thought keeping you is an option, he would play it for him, for his own game. Not just to keep you around.
Exactly.
It's the same. He's doing his own game. And he got you to put it on him. Like he won a gold medal at the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly.
You adorned him with his own immunity idol. And you were so happy. Then you realised,
gave him the crown.
You realise actually this was a silly thing to do.
Yes.
What you do then is go, shit, let's turn on Henry.
Yes, exactly. Now
Henry's got an idol, Henry's power, let's cut him. Because you know he's not looking after you. He's taking you.
See, the quickest way Jacqui can flip this is to just go around and tell everybody Henry's got an idol.
100%.
100%. And you would watch that tribe just turn.
Yeah, you'd see the panic.
You would see
so much panic with someone who is playing a very strategic game, who is in control, and now also has a safety line. Yeah, you need to play that.
And I don't think Jacqui realised, like, you know, Henry, this is the real thing, and you even see it in the ads and that, you know, Henry will say to Jacqui, oh, we are the power couple, right?
Yeah.
This is the biggest lie he sold
any
just
other player. Her in.
Yeah, he just keeps reeling her in. We're the power couple.
Yeah, I like it. We're the power couple.
Yeah, and as she hopefully realised on that tribal council, she's a power couple until Henry doesn't need her anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You know, look, there might be some sense of equality here from what obviously we don't see stuff, so they may do talk stuff, but the way it looks, Henry is controlling everything and just saying we're a couple.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's
making you feel great, but at the end of the day, it's still me.
What's Jacqui done? It's Henry organising the votes and making sure who goes.
And the only reason Jackie's part of that is because Henry had found the idol with her nearby. Right. If she wasn't there, she'd be none the wiser. You know, they might, and even his comment is like, yeah, we've got a mother-son relationship. And she's like, hang on a second, I'm not that much older than you.
That's right.
I might be 10 years older than you or something. It's not mother-son.
No.
Don't.
The main motive for him making them the power couple is because she was there when he found the idol.
Mm-hmm.
If she had walked off 10 yards and looked back and Henry had gone, she would never know about the idol and she would not be in the power couple. No. That's why she's there, because she knows about the idol.
She knows about the idol, so Henry keeps her safe.
Yeah, keep her close.
Keep her close, exactly.
You don't want her.
She's not exactly an enemy, but you need to make sure she doesn't cause trouble.
Right? If she thinks for a moment that you have her on the outer, the first thing she's going to do is run around and tell everybody you've got an idol.
Yeah, and Jacqui should be doing that now, because right now, it's pretty clear that you guys are the obvious target.
Yep.
You've foolishly knocked out your shield in what was not a bad strategic play, but to throw the challenge for it has now meant you've thrown a challenge. You're one person down just because you couldn't like it. Now you're two people down, and one of them was by far one of the strongest people in this competition. Right now, you've thrown that, and now you two are main targets for your tribe. Was it really a great move to throw a challenge?
It wasn't. That's what I mean. Sam was never a strategic threat. Sure, she might have been ferreting for information, but she was never a strategic threat.
Yeah, when someone has that level of paranoia, they aren't a strategic threat at all.
Because they're obvious about it.
Yeah. And they're freaking out, and people sense that. Right. At the end of the day, you're pushing everyone to vote Sam out, but everyone is already uncomfortable.
Yeah, they've already started to think that way before he said it.
They're all like, please stop asking me if anyone's mentioned your name.
Yeah.
You know, they're all on the same boat. Right. You're all in it together. You don't need to make yourself the captain at this point in time. And
that's what I didn't understand was he kept sitting there and going, I've got to get Sam out. And I'm looking at it and going, why? Why? What possible reason? If he was going to go strategic, right, I would have gone Mark first, right?
Yeah.
Why not go Mark and just simply get rid of a bigger threat?
Unless Sam is... Unless it's the same as what we talk about all the time, as when Sam is actually pulling the strings. Because she did look like she's calling a couple of shots. She was just overly paranoid.
I don't think she was ever calling shots.
I don't think Mark was calling any shots.
I think
Mark was the lapdog.
I think
go to this, go check out that. Sam was calling. Sam had her power, but her paranoia outweighed her power.
Well, let's look back at the Joan vote. I think it was Sam that was the first one to sort of like solidify Joan as the candidate to go, right?
Yeah.
But that's the problem, though. I think everybody agreed Joan should go. It wasn't like Sam orchestrated it, had to get them to go against their will or anything.
Yeah.
You know, it was just Sam sitting there going, well, what about Joan? She was pretty weak in the challenge, and everybody was like, yeah, she was, right? Yeah. And then after that, Sam's own paranoia was driving people away.
Exactly.
So why would you possibly want to vote her out? She's going to be...
Yeah, maybe look, she's still playing. Her paranoia is there, but she's playing more of a game than Mark. Mark actually wasn't playing much of a game other than let's be strong, let's win, and let's do.
But what I'm trying to get at, and this is the thrust of the argument is, Henry had no strategic threats to actually throw a. There was nothing to throw a challenge for to get someone out, right?
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: let's say Zeke was there instead of Mark.
Yeah.
Now, here's a case of throwing a challenge. Because here's a really good player. He's playing a really good game, right? I need to get him out now because it's my only chance, right?
Yeah,
Sam and Mark are nowhere votes.
Yeah, really, for me. I can see why. I just don't know why you'd throw the challenge. I'd be voting Sam first as well because the paranoia does get to my head. And if she's playing this game, she is playing a game, and her paranoia. I trust that her paranoia is going to put people more on my side than more on her side. And just play the cool guy, relax, and let it be. Sam will eventually snuff her own torch.
Oh, exactly. Look, she'd already started. I think after the Joan vote, it was pretty clear everybody didn't like Sam and her methods, right?
Yeah.
She was snuffing her own torch. There was no problem there.
It's pretty easy.
And that's why I'm like, why go for Sam? Unless you're going for the easy vote, in which case, why throw a challenge to get an easy vote?
I would have gone for Sam without throwing the challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
But to throw the challenge for Sam is not worth it.
No.
Like, I don't. It's a really extreme case.
Let's put the shoe on the other foot, and let's put it on the other tribe. Now, there's plenty of reasons over on that tribe, right? AK could have thrown a challenge, let's say, right? Mm-hmm. But that would have been a strategic move on his part to actually get rid of Lockie or somebody like that, right? Like, there were enough of a power, there was like 4 versus 5. There's enough of a reason there to try and maybe throw a challenge to get an advantage.
Yeah, to get an advantage.
But in this tribe, there was none. I don't see Henry's... Henry being paranoid about Sam was strange.
Henry is in a process where he's about to self-destruct. He's now snuffing his own torch.
I think
he's playing hard, but he's playing that a little bit too hard and is now getting overconfident.
Well, the problem for Henry from here on out is up until now he's had Sam and Mark to cover his tracks. Now everybody's going to see Henry and Jacqui. Henry and Jacqui. This is what's going to come up all the time. Yeah. Henry and Jacqui.
And that's the tricky thing about choosing someone to vote with. Ideally, you do not want to be the person saying, yeah, it's got to be Jacqui, or it's got to be Mark, it's got to be Luke.
Exactly.
You don't want to be that person. You want to be able to, make it so the people you're talking to also think they have a decision.
Absolutely. They've got to be, and this is probably where...
And Sandra does this brilliantly.
Yeah, and like I said to you at the beginning of Game Changers, right? Sandra walks up to the well, and instead of doing what Sierra does, which is throwing names out, Sarah just says, tell me some names.
Yeah, who do you think?
Who do you think?
And then I'll give you what I think, and then we'll come to an agreement. The whole time, I'll be pushing my angle.
Yes.
You will never see me pushing my angle. And eventually, we'll get the person I want. Yeah. Whereas Henry's coming in, guns blazing, bang, bang, this is who we're going. Sam, Mark.
Yeah, boom, boom, right?
Taking them out. You should be sitting there going, we got to get rid of Sam. Like, what do you think?
Yeah.
You know, I'm struggling, and her paranoia is a bit too much.
Yeah.
But once you start commanding your troops to do your bidding, that's when you're going to get an uprising or a mutiny.
Well, Henry's made the classic Survivor era again, right? We see it every episode, and there's a reason why. Henry now thinks he's in control. And the first time, and that's the primary indicator
of your fall.
And
it's okay to have that feeling. I mean, he is commanding a lot of votes, pretty much all the votes. Yeah. He does have the majority.
Yes.
And he also has an idol. So he has reason to believe that. But you got to be more Boston Rob about this. Heroes versus villains. When he took control and just played a perfect game, where yes, you're at the top, but everyone's feels like they're with you. They feel equal.
Yeah, of course,
And that's the big thing that Henry is not doing, and that's going to kill him. That's going to be what snuffs his horse.
Well, look, he hasn't brought Jericho or Luke in. He's just telling them.
Yeah, you're just telling him. Sit down and have a human conversation with someone like,
and he's doing the same with, look, even though they're floaters, he's doing the same with Sarah, Ben, and Odette. He's just telling them what to do.
Yeah, and that's going to be the...
Eventually, that bites.
Yeah.
That bites, because sooner or later, somebody's going to go to him and go, does Henry just tell you who to vote for all the time? And that's when the penny drops and they go,
he does.
Hang
on.
I
don't want that. I got to be the master of my own game. That's the thing. Everyone starts thinking about, I've got to make some moves. I've got to do this. And you're hearing that. You hear that around camp. I've got to do what's right for me. I've got to make my own legacy. I've got whatever it is. That means the person who's controlling you is going to be the first person to go.
Absolutely.
So you have to make sure it doesn't look like that. It's such a simple mistake.
Go back to Brad Culpepper last season. The way he kept, Debbie. He made Debbie think she was an equal partner in the alliance. This was brilliantly done. Yeah, you have to do that. You have to think everyone's equal. Because at the end of the day, if everyone feels like they're equal, they're going to be far happier to be along with you. Absolutely.
It's going to come to a point where it's like, Henry's winning all the challenges. That's why we have to vote him out. Okay, then you're fighting because there's no other real reason. But if you're making yourself a target out of your social game, which is the key element.
It's the 100% game.
And if you think of Survivor as just day one on the island, where that one person comes in and says, right, shelter here, we need this, you get this, you get that, and I will oversee. They're the first ones gone every single time. They don't win. So what Henry theoretically is doing is the exact same thing as a really small snippet of day one.
Look, Henry's taking a controlling attitude to people, right? And that's, as you point out, that is not what they want. They want to hear us.
Yes.
We. Right? Not I am directing you. Right?
Yeah.
And that's the killer point.
Yeah, it's like Henry has to go back like, look, I trusted our numbers. You were safe. I wasn't going to waste our idol on a safe vote. If it wasn't, 100% would have thrown it your way. Because it's about us, not me.
And unfortunately, Henry's playing the me game at the moment. I'm in control. I'm doing this. And that's the thing that will get you.
Always.
Yeah. The only quicker way to get out is be found out with an idol. That's
exactly.
I think the game is actually starting to take off now. It's been a bit slow to take off, but now I feel like I'm watching Survivor.
So look at, say, last season and this season. I feel like we've got a little more strategic players on the island this time around, which is great. I still feel like there's some errors that are being made.
Lots.
And that's, we're only 2 seasons in. Even though And like I said last week, if I get on, please let me on. I will probably be sitting there out of my element for a bit, going, you got to learn. So we're still doing a bit of that, and people again are coming in from watching 34 seasons of American.
Oh wow, yeah.
And then realizing the game is still a little bit, it's in its infancy stages here.
Yeah.
So you need to adjust.
Look, I think there are players that haven't actually ever watched Survivor, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
You don't have to watch to go on the show, right? It just means that they're starting a little bit further back when the starting gun goes.
Exactly. So when you people who have that head start, they're not realizing these people back here have to catch up.
That's right.
And that's a bit of the difference.
Yeah.
My only problem I'm having is just the editing. The editing is editing is killing me.
I think I talked to you off camera about this last week. The editing for me is a bit of a problem too. Like, we get 5 minutes of something, and then at the end you sort of sit there and go, "What was that about?"
Yeah.
I think it's actually the channel has asked for it, because I think the channel has asked for a certain length of program.
Yeah.
And the producers of the show have had to fill that length of program.
So for the Australian market, we know we have the hour and a half on a Sunday and an hour on the Monday. And the hour we only get the one challenge, but because it's
strange to
me. We just flesh out all this stuff that just is like, your drags on a bit too long.
Well, like, really, like you pointed out, did we really need to go through the whole Henry being found out as not a yoga instructor?
Because it didn't have any benefit to
it didn't have any impact.
Yeah, it had no impact.
Right?
And also on top of that, we marketed it, and it was a big thing.
The other thing I'd like to say is, why can't you show 2 challenges in an hour?
I don't know.
Why do you need an hour and a half to show
the 2?
2. It's strange to me.
You just give me, if you're not doing, granted, that said, like some of the early American, we only have the one challenge, but the editing is just pacier.
It's tighter. And it shows you relevance.
Yeah, we're getting really long-winded back and forths about stuff, and some things that just don't have any impact.
Yeah.
I still love the show.
Oh yeah, look, of course.
That just weighs it down a little bit. I'm like,
I think if they went back to the hour format, just the normal everyday 45 minutes of show with air breaks and that, I think, and it would be a more attractive package.
Yes.
Because it's going to be snappier. People are going to have to watch it with more attention.
Yeah.
I think at the moment,
and you don't give away too much.
That's right.
Like our editing, and that said, I don't get to see the ads for Survivor in America, so I don't know how they advertise the show. But yeah, you instantly know Will, Henry, and Mark. So we already know who's going to Tribal once you start seeing ads through the week. You already know.
Well, I avoid them all because I want to do it, fresh.
You do, and occasionally I see them just because I can't help it. I do love my Survivor, so if I hear the ad on TV, I'm like,
no, that's the opposite. I'm out. I'm like, I'm in.
There's another thing you mentioned before we started rolling about Richard Hatch, and I just want to know what you meant by that.
Okay. Season 1 of American Survivor had a villain everybody loved to hate, and that was Richard Hatch, right? And I think one of the key things about it is that even after the villain won the money, this is the guy who won. He was a villain all through the show, and people loved to hate him. And this was the talking point about Survivor. It wasn't about anybody else. It was about Richard Hatch.
Master manipulator.
He was a master manipulator, but he was a villain too. He wasn't a good guy. He was a villain, right? And I feel like, and this is something I mentioned to Rob last week, maybe Australian Survivor just needs a really good villain. Somebody to go in there and just completely manipulate everybody and screw them over.
Yeah, we are getting a lot of, the good guy, a really great guy. And our villains are kind of villains. Like, what's our villain?
The closest we've had to a villain was like that marketing guy last season, who was like, I'm pulling the strings in this trial.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't last very long. He was hopeful.
I mean, in this season...
Who's the villain in this season?
I guess, could you think Henry is villain-esque?
Or AK? They're not villain material.
They're just strategists.
Yeah, they're just players.
They're players. They're no... Like, is Jericho a bit villainy?
He's chaotic.
He's chaotic. There's no real... But, I don't know. Maybe we need a bit more of a stronger... differential between good and evil.
I just think that for a show one of the keys for Survivor to succeed, I think, is having good villains.
Yeah.
Look at Sandra. Sandra's a villain. Everybody knows Sandra's a villain, and it's great watching her on camera.
Yeah. Russell Hantz, the
Hantz.
best player to play the game and not win the game.
And
He's the best player twice in a row, bang, back to back, straight to the end, and still isn't it. And I love him. He's in my list of top 10.
And he's a
villain.
He's a villain.
But he's a great player. And we haven't got that yet.
No, we haven't got that yet, and I think Australian Survivor needs it.
Let's throw a bit
Let's throw a villain in there. Like, Australia's got villains.
Yeah,
We've got villains, right?
Chuck some people who are really hungry for the money and will cut throats for it.
Well, this is the thing. I think this comes down to the selection process.
Yeah.
Right? It's great to have somebody who's a nice guy, but it's better to have somebody who's a villain.
Yeah, but it's great. It's even better to have them go head to head.
Absolutely.
That's why Heroes versus Villains was such a good season.
Yeah.
You've got all these people who are villains all together. Well, who's the hero of that villain tribe? Yeah. And who's the villain of the hero tribe? Because someone has to be. And
I know you can't write down I am evil on the application. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
Anyway.
See, that's what they need. That's
right. Well, actually, that could be on your application. I am evil.
Yeah, I will destroy this game. But tell us what you think. What do you think of the cast? We'd love to see what you think is lacking. Do you think we need a great villain?
Yeah, actually, that's a good question for this week's comments. If you guys have an opinion about whether or not we need a villain, post it in the comments.
Yeah, let's talk
about it there.
Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, give us a like, subscribe,
comment,
and we'll reply back, or I'll reply back.
I'll reply back too sometimes.
We'll see sometimes. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Take care. Thank you.